Ой, 209-212. Hi friends, I wonder if I'm the only one who feels like the world's gone completely mad. An American man proved that the phrase went in like a nail doesn't have to be a metaphor. Dante O'Tulo, a 32-year-old from Orland Park, Illinois, USA, managed to hammer an 8 centimeters, which is 3-inch, nail into his own head and didn't even notice it. He simply assumed that he'd bumped himself with a nail gun. Well, sure, just a piece of metal in the brain. It happens. His wife, Gail Glanzer, like any experienced American wife, treated the wound with peroxide and suggested they go to the hospital. But Dante was firm. Don't worry, honey, it's just a little nail that whizzled past my ear. The next day he cheerfully shoveled snow, drove the kids to school, and confidently demonstrated to the neighbors that everyone can easily live with a homemade souvenir in the skull. Only when he felt slightly nauseous after an afternoon nap, Dante reluctantly agreed to get checked. And then the X-ray revealed the truth. A full 8 centimeters, i.e. 3-inch, nail was sitting comfortably in his brain. A true DIY repair. As if it's do-it-to-yourself repair. Surgeons spent 2 hours removing the souvenir and installed titanium mesh to replace the damaged bone. The nail, by the way, had nestled just a few millimeters from the area controlling movement, but Dante acted like a hero. Walking, talking, remembering, all with the expression of, "See, I told you." It was nothing. The cherry on top. The patient plans to turn the nail into a necklace pendant. Well, some people wear crosses, others wear good luck charms, and Dante will wear a reminder of how easy a minor bump can turn to a personal collection of construction hardware. Banking magic, where financial crimes and fairy tales come in the same package. Zhu Daly, an 18-year-old from Malaysia, went to open a simple bank account and instead receiving a delightful piece of absurdity. It turns out he has already been on the bank blacklist of all Malaysian banks for 8 years. Yes, that's right. The boy was added to the elite club of suspicious individuals back in 2016, when he was 9 years old. According to the banking system, little second-grader Joe was apparently already laundering money, financing terrorism, or at the very least, conducting some clever transactions during school breaks. Joe's father is understandably in mild shock. The family has bank accounts. No one has ever run around with suitcases of cash or sent secret transfers to offshore accounts. But the bureaucratic machine insists. If the system once decided that a 9-year-old boy is a potential mafioso, then so it shall be. Now Joe and his father are going from office to office, filing reports and hoping someone will figure out how a small schoolboy ended up on the list alongside real criminals. The irony is simple. While banks are so diligently protecting the system from child financial prodigies, real fraudsters are likely having a very comfortable time. And poor Joe is left wondering what exactly he did at age of 9. Perhaps he bought too much ice cream and seemed suspiciously wealthy to the system. American scientists have finally found the perfect way to take revenge on all those self-obsessed boys who spend half an hour fixing their bangs in the gym mirror and post 5 selfies a day. It turns out that male narcissists have consistently sky-high cortisol level, the very same stress hormone. So on the outside he shines like a brand new iPhone, but inside his body is already preparing for surrender. Cortisol is actually useful. It mobilizes your strength when you need to chase a bus or survive a conversation with your mother-in-law. But when this hormone keeps rising non-stop, instead of mobilization, you get a subscription to hypertension, a weak immune system, and all the other joys of metabolic chaos. Researchers at the University of Michigan took 106 students, collected their saliva so as not to overburden the research budget, and compared the results with narcissism questionnaires. They even divided narcissism into healthy, when you're confident but don't annoy everyone, and the unhealthy ones, when you think you are a god and all the others are background actors. And surprise, it was the unhealthy pretty boys who fell victims to hormonal karma. For women, the correlation was weak. Well, what did you expect? A woman can post 20 selfies in a row and still cook dinner, put the kids to bed, and hand in report to her boss. The body understands there's no time to boost cortisol. She needs a whole planet to keep running. Researcher Sarah Conroth politely summed up. Male narcissism pays not only by annoying friends and girlfriends, but also by forcing their bodies into permanent alert mode. In other words, while the narcissist admires his reflection, his adrenal glands are quietly drafting a resignation letter. Just when it seems that concert marketing had already invented everything from paid backstage greeting to NFT tickets, Chinese singer Jackson Yi steps in and proves the imagination of the fan industry truly has no limits. Tickets to his new concerts sell out faster than hot bao buns and cost nearly as much as renting an apartment in Beijing. But recently, the organizers came up with a brilliant scheme that instantly outshines all previous tricks. Want a good ticket? Adopt some calves. 11,000 in responsibility for 8 calves, you get a regular discounted seat. 17,000 US dollars in responsibility for 12 calves, welcome to VIP zone. Fans, of course, won't have to take care of calves or find pastures for them. The animals will be sent to farms, raised for 2 years, and then, unfortunately, slaughtered for meat. Generous fans will be able to choose receiving money from the beef sale or take burgers and steaks home. Some people are already praising the idea. Great for farmers, and the singer sells all seats. But more cautious commenters warn, where some of such scheme circulate, scammers will surely appear, leaving fans without tickets, without calves, and without beef, leaving perhaps a sad photo of the singer on the phone screen. Still, the concept is impressive. Now you can pay for a concert ticket not only with money, but with a small herd of cattle. Who knows, maybe the next store will introduce the golden egg package. Adopt a chicken, and you'll get front row seat with a free omelette after the concert. What do you think about it? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts, my friends. Share them down in the comments. I'll be reading them all.